Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Comrade Newton they talk about the Edo State Governor Godwin OBASEKI ban OKAIGHELES. Any OKAIGHELES wey cause problem for community, e go face the new law wey the Edo State Governor Godwin OBASEKI newly bring come. Make I leave you now, make you hear from Comrade Newton. E dey ask for this video, wetin be the meaning of OKAIGHELES? Now, which kind help OKAIGHELES dey give Edo people? Hear from Comrade Newton, the message we bring come today.
Before you know, commissioner of police in our or the head of department or the CID or whatever, before you know, this things are happening again. If this money is being collected from you, if you say me, you can't go talk. Now, if you're talking about this OKAIGHELES of a thing, how did they get their strength? They get their strength through courtesan. They got their strength through courtesan that they are operating on. Now, why is it that everything that have to do with the palace is weaponized? Everything that have to do, when we're talking about weaponization, that is to say something is no longer in the what we are supposed to be used for. They no longer use it for it. Imagine that what we're supposed to use to pray for our children, we are not using it to lay curse on the children. That's weaponization. The palace, you are supposed to go and seek settlement for quarrel. You will go there automatically. Everything will turn upside down. Timothy, Iyayi, Ogbede, you are welcome. Kennedy, Komema, you are welcome. So these are when we talk about when, but that is it. The thing is no longer used for the purpose again. The purpose has been hijacked, now being used for another thing. Now, there's an issue within the palace already. Everybody is Oghioba. And the same OKAIGHELES that is appointed by the palace also, and who gave them this very mindset? Does that mean that they were not taught on how they were supposed to function? That to say, we don't know the purpose why all these things are created. The people that are even creating it, they are creating it for a different purpose. They will tell you OKAIGHELES, where were these same OKAIGHELES who oppress their own citizens when Fulani have taken over our villages? Did you see anywhere when OKAIGHELES gathered? And they now said that, hey, state governor, give us assault rifle. We want to go and chase Fulani. No. They gather up themselves because of you that are abroad. So that anytime you want to build a house, they put us on your head. Look at it. And before this security agency, and one thing we must have to know, there are a lot of things we don't know. If, for example, Nigeria were to be effective enough or we have a better government, there are a lot of things we don't need to even talk about this on social media. Because before you are being made commissioner of police or you work in the police, there must be a unique sense of humor that you have than every other person did not have it. That will make you to function well in that very appointment you are being given. Let me go to what we have for today. Effectiveness matter. Effectiveness matter. Governor Godwin OBASEKI banned the activities of the OKAIGHELES. The bills have passed first reading spiritually. For those of you that are spiritual, you know what I mean. There is something you making, enacting a law or signing into law. Another thing is to make sure it's effective. You can just sign a law while it's not effective. One, the people you put in there, maybe they might have sold their soul to the devil. That's why I don't really know why the administration of OBASEKI does not appoint patriots as one of the person that will also help him in administration. I pray that the incoming governor, which is by the grace of the God of the universe, Aswan Ighodaro, Dr. Aswan Ighodaro, that is able to work with patriots. Patriots build the nation, while politicians, they pluck it down. That's one thing we must have to get categorically clear. And this trying to play politics with everything, if you can't ban this one now, who won't come vote? We have to allow that to get away from our head. Because OBASEKI we are given a state that is full of rogues. So he intends to continue like that. It's not done like that. I said it yesterday that this thing came too late. It came very too late, but we can still start late and become the latest. So let me finish introducing the topic before we just pray a little prayers. Say no to weaponized OKAIGHELES and traditional rulers. Tell us the importance of OKAIGHELES to the state. Your attitude determines your attitude. Law and order brings development. There is no transition for hypocrites. Eternal King of glory, God of nature, ask that you breathe in your word. Let there be healings and let there be salvation. The move, your son, OBASEKI. The grace for the thing to work out well. As he's already going through the reading spiritually, I pray that with the powers that govern the heavens and the earth and the power that is bestowed upon this transition to global greatness, let it be seen in those states over this very bit. This is where our major problem lies. Give him the strength. Any form, wherever place they are going to take his name to, for him to overlook things even when they are still misbehaving after the law have been signed. I blunt it out with the powers that is controlling the heavens and the earth as we speak. I pray every power that sucks blood in those states, let them be consumed by the fires of our mother earth. Let them be consumed by the fires of the Anunnakis and the Bilibirus. Let them be consumed by every good power that is operating on this earth today, that is delivering people from darkness. Even as many that are going to be talking about this very bit to make sure that it's effective. The strength and even the head of the department that's going to be doing reading, may they don't compromise their value. All this we ask of. He said, please, if you are watching, make sure you share. If you are watching, make sure you share. When we talk about effectiveness, there's one thing you bandit something, another thing to make sure it functions. That's why we from Idugo Domingo de Land, we always say that I take one moment you go. So if you look at the general system of the government, to what we are hearing, even up to the palace and all that, all of them belong to one group or the other. And there's one thing I want to be advising the state government about, all the officials. Let know if you are being called to come and govern, not the look say, may I not do this thing, make this person not vex. Because whatever thing that you left, whatever stone you left unturned today, God is going to ask it from you. And the reason why you are giving this very huge authority, imagine, you not be say you fine now, for example, they call you the first citizen of a state. They call you number one citizen of a state. You are not just your number one to make money, number one to pay salaries. If at all you make us hungry today, it will be more better we are hungry now so that we can be able to build on our future. The shenanigans today we have in Edo State. That's why I prayed. That's why we quickly submit this very thing to our forefathers. You have just passed the first reading. We are now in the second reading, spiritually. A lot of you that are carnal, you may not know this. Before you know, commissioner of police in our or the head of department or the CID or whatever, before you know, these things are happening again. If this money is being collected from you, if you say me, you can't go talk. Now, if you're talking about this OKAIGHELES of a thing, how did they get their strength? They get their strength through courtesan. They got their strength through courtesan that they are operating on. Now, why is it that everything that have to do with the palace is weaponized? Everything that have to do, when we're talking about weaponization, that is to say something is no longer in the what we are supposed to be used for. They no longer use it for it. Imagine that what we're supposed to use to pray for our children, we are not using it to lay curse on the children. That's weaponization. The palace you are supposed to go and seek settlement for quarrel, you will go there automatically. Everything will turn upside down. Timothy, Iyayi, Ogbede, you are welcome. Kennedy, Komema, you are welcome. So these are when we talk about that is it. The thing is no longer used for the purpose again. The purpose has been hijacked, now being used for another thing. Now, there's an issue within the palace already. Everybody is Oghioba. And the same OKAIGHELES that is appointed by the palace also, and who gave them this very mindset? Does that mean that they were not taught on how they were supposed to function? That to say, we don't know the purpose why all these things are created. The people that are even creating it, they are creating it for a different purpose. They will tell you, OKAIGHELES, where were these same OKAIGHELES who oppressed their own citizens when Fulani have taken over all our villages? Did you see anywhere when OKAIGHELES gathered? And they now said that, hey, state governor, give us assault rifle. We want to go and chase Fulani. No. They gather up themselves because of you that abroad. So that anytime you want to build a house, they put house on your head. Look at it. And before the security agency, and one thing we must have to know, there are a lot of things we don't know. If, for example, Nigerians were to be effective enough, or we have a better government, there are a lot of things we don't need to even talk about this on social media. Because before you are being made commissioner of police, or you work in the police, there must be a unique sense of humor that you have, than every other person did not have it. That will make you to function well in that very appointment you are being given. We found out today, even a soldier or a police have to also go and join court in order to get morale. That uniform alone, if you really know what you are doing, courts we are supposed to be afraid of you. Do you know today, if you are not a courtist, there is no way you can function well in the police. That's why if the governor must have to do this thing and make sure there is law and order, start from the carcass. Now, I was crying for forensic machine the other day. Now, all this, instead of going to Ikpotoki, go and sign a do job, carry forensic machine. Enter the palace, enter all in Oge house. Let's see how many, whether they are still killing. That's how development will come. Now, I was always seeing Apostle Alfredo, you know, so most of the time, several times with that number, as the state governor is connecting light, the Amon cable thieves are removing it. Because everybody is criminal in the state. Now, can you, a reasonable person, you will work, they pay you 100,000. Then your friend is doing party, then you start spraying about 1 million. This is where they get their money from. I was even hearing that they want to stage protest. If I were to be a state governor, if you come out for that protest, that to show that you are showing to me you are a criminal, you will be murdered immediately. This Europe you are enjoying today because there is law and order. If we must go well as a people, our core value, they go fishing, there must be law and order. Let's have an enabling society whereby both who they cut or no even they safe will feel coexist. But this is not beneficial to anybody. I have not seen, if the state remain like this, or anytime the governor, I think it was after OBASEKI was elected, that was 2021 precisely. This OKAIGHELES, the issue one of all came out. They suppressed OBASEKI. They suppressed him. Even the people that we campaigned together, that very time, awareness was not that like this. The awareness that was there was not that like this. Most of them, they joined the palace, say it's a slap against the palace. Let's assume they were 3 years ago. And up to today, they are still doing shenanigans. Will the palace now say that they don't see or they did not hear the inhuman, the OKAIGHELES, the people they appointed to be your OKAIGHELES, of the inhuman they are doing to the people? Because it's built the same feather flies together. When the head is sick, the body is sick. What did you expect? A palace where you are supposed to be like a traditional embassy for the indigenous people. Even where Ogbas is even looking for you, sir. Once you don't return, officer, wait, what happened? Look at what happened. Okay, don't worry. Hey, we will go with now. Your boy, your born. Okay, officer, please. Is it bailable this offense? Okay, we may Lilian, Magie, OKAIGHELES, Reban, not the station. It's supposed to act as a traditional embassy to us. The same way they will drive you from embassy here abroad. Nigerian embassy, there is a Spain, Nigerian embassy, there is a Germany, Nigerian embassy everywhere. You cannot go there and get shelter. The same thing the palace does. It is when you work for them. How can I take care of who it's supposed to be a traditional institution. What's an institution? Whereby you are being taught something. Now look at the Okaghele they brought up. So if we must have to talk about what's affecting us, Obaseki banded something, who weaponized those things, who breeded those people, who gave birth to them, who is their father, who are they working with, and what is the importance of the Okamian. I'm not going to deliberate much on the courtesan, because it's the same. It's kif. Someone say Wallace. If you are not a courtesan, you cannot be Okaghele, you can't survive it. You have to first of all go and blend. Those days, it might not be like that because I've never been weaponized. Even I can even perceive it right now. Some may need yourself. If you are not even part of that part of courtesan, they will not. Your throne may be taken away from you. That's why we have seen in social media how a lot of people have been over-intimidated. So many things that have happened. Now, if you also take the book of Matthew, for you to know that whatever thing the governor is doing today, why I say that he has passed through the first reading spiritually, we are not in the second reading. If you read the book of Matthew 18, verse 18, he said, whatsoever is bound on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatsoever that is also loose on earth shall be loose also in heaven. And why must I talk about this very issue effectively? That's why anytime I open up any issue, I have to tell you the main. If you read the book of James chapter 4, verse 17, he said, those that know it to do good and do it not, to them become a sin. Every one of us, we are supposed to speak the truth. Every one of us, we are born to speak the truth. That's why there was a heading I wrote, I later removed it, but let me just quote here. As many that are supporting us when you go down, campaigning or whatever, make sure you support the state government, not only for you to do campaign. This is a cover-up that we have been doing. Because it's going to get more weird than this. It's going to be more crazier than this. Campaigning for a better person, for a state to be good. We are not talking about the APC campaign that you people did and have a picture of Maladian. OBASEKI campaign team. Mama will humiliate over here. We always say what the government can do. And I was one of the people who have been defending the very state governor. Nobody go say he defend and reach me. Particularly this name, Osun. We have been fighting it up to now. We became rooted for it. Nobody speak energies to us. I know where I get my energy from. It does not get it from politicians. And this is supposed to be a court duty to everyone. Court to duty. Let us take it as an uprising to make sure that the very law that the government have signed, bandit courtesan, if you are talking about courtesan, you are talking about Okaghele at the same time. It is the same thing. That's why before the government went into conclusion to come and say and bandit this thing, it don't reach in here. And it was not fast enough. Number first duty of the state government or any government to protect lives and property. That was why when Donald Trump was elected, the first thing he did was to crush ISIS. He crushed them. So if you are even using, instead of you increasing minimum wage, make sure that any person who buy land, you don't buy that land, you don't buy it. Let the old kind vehicle go and look for job. That's why you see them today. They will tell you, say, I had your way because they get people land where they say. Who is their father? Who ordained them? Then why must you ordain criminality in our society? That's the question. That's why I'm urging OBASEKI before you leave whatever, make sure you give a contract how forensic analysis should be taken from every entity in Edo State if we must go forward. If we must. OBASEKI, please let a government teach us on how to value lives. Lovely Jesus, you are welcome. Ken Atoni, you are also welcome. The government to teach us how to obey law and order. We were taught here. That's why you see people that commit criminality here. Now, so one boy, his wife get belle. On our back kick your hanko, or no more. Picking that for his side belle. For Europe, I won't tell you the country. For Europe, your back kick your hanko, or the picking that for his side the wife belle. The boy right now is that one going to be life imprisonment. It's going to be life imprisonment. I think we had another one now. How a stepfather was sleeping with a stepdaughter. They say according to the whatever, and we are doing our year working, or to allow at the age of 12 years, by 14 years or more. That one, Anna, only we hear the other one say, DJ, how many are we? Do you know why there's all this criminality? Because we were never taught about it at home. There are things you are not supposed to even do, not to even reason it. There are things you shouldn't even think about. We don't have a government who have taught us what is law and order. we are still very lawless. The lawlessness Oshomole left behind, Obaseki run out the water. I will blame for it that he water it. Hey, oh, hey. If me be leader in anywhere, forget about it. Hey. I can give you time to marry as many wives as you can. So if I know anything about me, I just be okay. Benj Isaiah chapter 4. One morning where we are me. So far you face the responsibility. Say law and order. There must be law and order. That's why the palace is there today, constituting nuisance. The truth need to be said. That's why if you must have to say you are supporting Obaseki, speak the truth. If you cannot speak the truth, you are not supporting the government. And there is another advice again before we dig more deeper into this very you know. There's one thing. When I say your attitude will determine your attitude. One thing people don't know. There is God will call you. According to what written in the book of Matthew 22 verse 14. He said many are called, few are choosing. God choose you does not make you to be stupid. If God commits something to your hand, then you have to be very, very careful. I've said it several times with that number. Maybe when Moses were using gaga and everything, waiting only to slap person put, he go slap person put. Maybe them Aaron and Joshua, they called him, Moses, take it easy. Trust, you are welcome. Take it easy, not here. But at the end of the day, what happened? And it is not good that after all your labor, then wait till you labor for again, you don't enjoy it. It's not good. You may just be seeing yourself, as some people will always say, I take advice from people. My line is open. Why advice many women, then I will not follow the one God. Take the one I need to take inside, then the rest I go dump them. Like now, nobody will tell me, Newton, have a program, only stop it. I won't stop it now. I won't stop it. You can tell me to be mindful of some certain words I am saying due to and it's got to also be for some period of time. But again, always say the anointing will come back again. That will start doing what I needed to do. So we have to be security conscious. Very, very important. Most of the problem people are passing through today are going on. I've had a lot of persons. Then you want to fight and succeed. Who can turn now? You have to be very, very selective and very, very careful. Don't just think, well, as big as president, he will still have advisor. Not that the advisor is so sensible. Let me also have somebody discussing with. He said, problem discussed is half solved. The most accessible person in the whole people that do social media is me. I'm very, very accessible. My door is open. I'm very, very accessible. A lot of person just feel the kind of way you see me out on social media. I'm not like that. I'm of two. My social media, whatever, and the kind of life I live outside social media. Immediately I'm here, I'm in war. I'm to pull my ammo. I'm going to war. I'm not coming to come and tell you fetish things. Why? Because if at all I'm campaigning bringing a better leader to your doorstep. That's why I have to be serious with everything I'm doing. The only person that is not at Pavio in this social media is me. What I hate today, I will hate it tomorrow. You can see now that my activism since 2020 is still they follow Obaseki they go. Because he himself is more closer to our transition to global greatness. How can we transit when they are OKAIGHELES constituting nuisance here and there? Courtesan today have now become a different thing entirely. People are dying mercilessly. Do you know how much is for IVF now? Do you know how much to train a child all the way about 23, 24 years? Go and go how much is one IVF. While the workmen solve a fail. That's why I said the governor, and we shouldn't be looking at all these politicians. The reason why we have police is that when you, like now, I like European police. Let anybody just call me now. Oh, Bob, if I kill you again, I'll just call you. Send the before you know, before they delete time from his side, I'll first share that out to give another person first. At the go station, go report. This person say if you see me, go kill me. Then they start doing investigation. You don't need to even be a year and a year in Europe before you are powerful. I'm the most powerful man in Europe. The most strongest man in Europe. I know what I mean. The most strongest man in Europe because I can do what you can do. But did I have anybody I'm going to call tomorrow say you want to beat me? No, I'm going to face you myself. I know I can defeat you. Physically, I will defeat you. By law, I will defeat you. Because if you go and check Multizense Penales, I've never wanted to do evil. Some cultists, they're not stubborn rich you. They just they fool themselves. How will you go and drink before you come? What about they can't catch you want to come? So the kind of water way that they give them, that will really. As soon as you enter, you are not being controlled by a different spirit. Bewag, you know. Now, every one of us today, we are seeing our children grow up. You know, we are very happy. Now, how are you not going to live this kind of society like this? What about when you die tomorrow? Do I mean a lot of you have not really understand the reason why people like us fight for a better society. It's not about us here. I can decide the rest days of my life if we will learn Nigeria and I have nothing to lose. One, I don't bury my papa, bury mama. That's the only thing that at times it will bug you, say, hey, oh, my papa is late now, I cannot really go, you know. I'm trying to make sure the state is fine or we get back our land due to how God have committed me to it. Not that I can live the rest days of my life, even in Europe. If I say Europe is bad, it's not as bad for me. Now you me they see and say it's not good for your body again. It's not me. You know, I'm going to like two boss. That is it. So it is not that I'm seeing your condition that it's not about we. Not be everybody will say go, let's go and put pot in the fire and they're hungry. Many more in Nigeria now. But why am I always bother about that state? Because our people are going through here. They can't speak. We have to speak for them. The use of OKAIGHELES now, if you also ask a alien, what are the use of OKAIGHELES? They don't say anything tell you. All they know is a fight against the palace. It's a fight. Why what's your name? Palace in everything is weaponized. Common name, no can I load there. In your banaya nero no man. There was a day I asked us question. You go see Oba, what is the meaning of that? In me, you go hear me. Why go when you go see Oba? Now, why must this thing be over radicalized? Why must this thing be too weaponized? And I don't know why a lot of people like any person that likes such a thing. You are just being wicked. You are just being wicked, and your punishment is also coming. Nobody see again today what the governor have done because of Oghioba. Look at what we did to Ali. What they did to Ali. Every person that come, when the palace says fine, then we have a velile go fine. And what have been the importances of the palace to the people? Nobody have been able to come in an eloquent manner and tell us. All you just know is our heritage. If that is your heritage, that's why you are misbehaving most of the time, like father, like son. At least people that come out from that place, we should be cultured and value lives. If OKAIGHELES can mobilize to go and kill themselves, that is to say, where did they learn this from? Should I say that we are giving a fake coronation or whatever? We need to start asking ourselves questions. If OBASEKI want you already do this thing and make God even see where even commit, make God forgive him, or one with forensic machine walele. Let's even assume, okay, we have said this thing, whatever you people have done, we are going to investigate it. But if from now, another baby away, now J10's direct, you can see that without law and order, what till I will do now. Without law and order, a waiting man. So if a those things must be good, if I thought you carry even Jesus Christ come here, can rule. Without law and order and making it very effective, it can't work. Because politicians, they kill nations, they don't build nations. It took patriot to build a nation, a patriot of the nation. If I use a certain language, I will argue when I committee into government. People that have discipline. If you make me, for example, a minister or so and so, I can organize a group from here. Why? I will be the one, no, even spearheading, and it doesn't be accountable to. You know, it's command now. So far, the veto right is there. Why this thing like this? Before you know, you got room. But before you know, now they will also corrupt the system. Before you know, now the system will be corrupted. Most of the inhuman you are seeing today in our society, everything they love, but will it be effective? That is why, thank God for our mothers, our fathers, who have taken it upon themselves to submit this very bill. before the God of nature. Please, God, the first reading, or lay the first reading. We are not in the second reading. He said, without God watching over a city, the watchman they watched but in vain. Who are these God? Your ancestors. So let not just fold our hands. Okay, what about Umwe Curtis in Mosisi? Umwe Curtis in Mosisi? Or we chairman baby. Or as you just drive the go station, what you chairman 10 million. 10 million. Me I collect. I hope you not tell anybody. If you tell anybody, you know what you go. No worry, Umwe 10 million. That to say the system has been hijacked. Now, who is this commander? Ugmesoro, a lot of person, you don't know the reason why they work with foreign bodies. Not foreign body as in another, as you are being elected into the very position, another person will also be monitoring you. Until we start electing patriots as a leader in Nigeria, it will remain like this. See this very young man now. Also, woman, there are things you don't say. I did lay curse on him. I'm not just tattooing it on that. There are way grace of God live your life. This very boy, and I think I see in social media today, I might say, why are they holding this very boy? Because of one or two truths they know that he carries. This is what our system does. Our system can lock you up. Every time if you play with Gegwa, I think it's from Edo also. Or my one kind of situation where do there, he just on the internet, bringing this one to book, bringing this one to book. While we also have some useless content creator who also unleash on him as he was doing bad thing. When I will go to speak in one voice, and that boy has been speaking the truth, also helping the needy, not ready to collect bribe from people just the same way I do it here in my platform, not ready to do to any negotiation. Go and look at it now. They have locked him up. For how long are they going to kill our prophet and we stand there and look? Our silence is becoming too much. That's why anytime a freedom fighter or somebody advocating for a better thing in society is being arrested, I always take it upon myself. Did the same thing that will happen to everybody. But I have some spiritual allies who I know that they will pray for me. If I'm being arrested illegally, I have some mothers who will say no. If Nana Sunu being that Newton have been caught with the normal heke, no ya bagbe, salobo afiren yewuna, ewo yagi. That's how far I've gone. Do you know why? I'm a very good listener. So don't be whatever. Don't be carried away with the little position of our body, like what's happened to one of our brother now. Agwanho is the just major problem. Who told you you are God? Who tell you that God does not remove his grace from you? God can remove his grace from you. That's why whatever position we find ourselves, let's be very, very careful. Your attitude will determine how far you will go in life. That's why I put it there. Your attitude will determine your attitude. Or can determine oneself. How will you are talk to? You are not even accessible. Or man, no go no my phone. No matter go no my phone. Any person that supports you with big money. Okay, the people I even mentioned here. The people I mentioned here, I mentioned them because of the comment they are commenting. I don't know, most of them, they are not in my WhatsApp phone. I keep on seeing you every day by day, how you always comment. Like this Otabo Sawaro. I don't think I've heard the voice one. It's not by phone. I know him through this very place. But the way I mentioned his name, a lot of you will be thinking, Omasike. No. I'm just using it as an example here. That is it. That is us. So there are donors who are just here out there. They don't want us to mention their name. Okay, now, a brother, like one of our IPA in Germany, put 30,000 naira in our Nigeria account. Only have a maybe one or two family. Where we me, where we manage donor, or now where we me. This is what we know how to do. If I cry for help, I'm crying it for people. From our pocket here, we also give out. How much are we receiving? A 30,000 in Megwan can we donate one with Sagama, but I'm appreciating somebody not hearing a work or Yokpa woman or Yeva woman or Yeha woman or Yene of a man. Now, a lot of people don't know the reason why There is no truth in our society today because nobody encourages the truth. Truth is like when you plant something in the garden, learn to water it. How many people today celebrated me my birthday? This guy is a truth teller. That's why he does not want it. You go and arrange the men and or anyway why show where chairman. Thank you. Continue in this very truth. Every other way to platform of banana temata in all round. We are to born and I got to born. Why to born and event nana of work barrier the same struggle. The same person are about to work because of your personal selfish interest. You only turn that person. I will never fight somebody no salobo come in many way yes or man. I will only come and correct you. Or when you do fight you, moken do I don't care who know you I won't do it. Most of us I know that we are in this same race together. Despite what my big one, I've already know with what you stand for. In any direction pa marry. At the end of the day, you may drop it as I said though. A so drop it Agbo Park, a so to drop it Bobai, a so to drop it New Benin, but not the same at those states we go. We are in one particular bus going to the same destination but different direction. But why must we have to fight ourselves? If cat and dog can forgive each other, what is wrong with us? If now where we may, you are not supposed to any miss at all insult me. A lot of people did not even know the reason why I speak energy to a lot of persons. We, me and them, we don't talk. And we are not friends. I'm not even seeing us being our friends. I'm only encouraging you so that you continue what you are doing. I will see spit a little into you. Or say, before any other person take it. But if you have made up your mind where nobody can ever talk to you, my dear, you go nowhere. Your attitude will determine your attitude. Or have a determine. That's why we have to be one your whatever thing we are doing. So let's learn to support truth. If you encourage any person speaking the truth, do not encourage what you just done. It's like you are watering a flower now called a garden. You are just watering. You are helping to water it so that the person does not get fainted. Let's assume now at this point in time, I know there is some of our sisters, particularly these are brothers in France and these are our sisters also in Norway. They are doing incredibly well. Any person on win where those people they are brain fag. What we learned here, even in my way, do you know the most useless people today who still promote this also are the people that have lived in abroad? Now, what have you learned abroad? Law and order umahoe, decency umahoe. All you still do is hypocrisy. Is it what you are going to leave down, the legacy you are going to leave down for your children? When we tell you at times education is the best legacy you can give to your child, it's not all about sending your child to Ekpoma or Antipoli or College of No Education. No. Teach that your child on how to live. Teach him morals. Teach him on how to speak the truth. When I was interpreting the Lucky Dube song, if you stand for the truth, you stand alone, I said, my late father, blessed memory, or where what did your father tell you? Why not continue that same thing? Your father now is now your ancestor. He's watching over you. Despite the father, the way most of our fathers were buried, they were buried knowing and learning we were. The custom and tradition I buried, it was the one that they brought for us. Adopt. Or my can money body a coffee. Anybody were not supposed to be put in coffee. Look at Muslim today. A pregnant a lot of people did not know the reason why the spirit of our father is not effective. It takes time for our mother goddess, our fathers, who were praying, God in heaven to wake some of our forefathers. Do you think what OBASEKI is doing today? If you are also fighting for OBASEKI, God is giving you protection. To wake baby. Because there is a cosmic energy which have been released on Suwe here. I pray that that cosmic energy did not leave you. Or say, where I am work for overnight. None of us, if no, you do I okay now, me myself, I really wake up on time. The crack consciousness is also there. I'm conscious of whatever thing I'm doing. Two, I'm also stubborn in the spirit. And what make me to be a little bit more stronger than one or two person on media? Because why? He told me. There are a lot of persons to activism of this shot in Edo State. They have collected, and my collected, when I collected, say 50 million. But down on encouragement, nobody. Now, did they think that time and believe it? A lot of people, no person that go to watch this video that will not be convinced. It's not reasonable that way, because I touch all areas. Nobody can come and tell us today where that very Okaigele were weaponized by the palace for them to do what they are doing, because that was the reason why they made them. It's not what you are hearing. The reason why the recent Okaigele were made, anything. Now, if it is not like that, why would now? Una Giomo school now, for example. If no way on your worry, you the father, as you are checking, you also send investigate. Let me see whether if you be no winner or why are they monitoring them? They like the same system. They are used to it. So what are we talking about? All these things eradicated when already you were, because they are going to make the city to be boring for you. A lot of people will say young believe a lot of people, most of the person that dies is innocent. The real court says okay to learn. I have a friend where we go to that year, Today now, a job of way. No any of our friends that is still in the position of Yena. But it was one first rugged. But today na ruggedness, they cannot more ready. Why not just be rugged in activism? If in Europe anywhere I go now, for the people that saw me, a lot of you follow me, that was that last 2 years. Anytime I'm on the beach doing my video, you see children always pile up around me, greeting me. What is your name in YouTube? Now, if they happen to see me tomorrow somewhere, maybe I'm wearing tie, or they wear my balanya, for example, they will tell their papa, hey, padre, mira esto hombre. Esta in Facebook, okay, you are hablando otro día, está en YouTube. Do you know they are going to be asking, this guy is in YouTube. ¿Qué estaba diciendo? Estaba peleando corrupción en su país. Is that not a resume? But how many of them will go to somewhere and say, this is my certificate, I'm an Eye. This is my certificate, I'm a Bokania. This is my badge, I'm Okaigele. I inflate people's land, and how do you become Okaigele? These are some of the weaponized entities that are there. So that anytime you do something, they'll say, come to Benin. They know that if they cannot use Okaigele, they'll use courts against you. We are never one day heard that any person in Yoruba land, they'll say, come to Yoruba land or come to Igbo land. As Ijele do reach, it's also now they cannot reach. That time, ESN also made them go look for him. Iyamagwalo was still parabolating on the street. He can't go jam Ebukobi. Ijele today is in prison, not because of what you just said. He is in prison, is a calm and reaping what he has. So because this guy went on national television to say, Una the Kanu should be crucified. That is the one killing innocent people. The same Una the Kanu, the template is set up, now make Igbo people feel they go farm today. We don't have such in our society. But look at what the Okaigeles are doing. Now they fight. All their riches today, they get the money from you and I. Now, why will any reasonable person, if you are not senseless, even open up your video and start insulting the governor? So if I was to be governor, it will not spend more than about $150,000, for example. Now, yeah, with forensic analysis in the area. Forensic machines should come to Edo State if they want us to live a better life. Or if OBASEKI can't do it, we are coming to come and do it all. There are people at their age of 80, a stage where me are 80 years, where we are 80 years, who you be because of what you committed before. They are not going to be forgiveness for you, whatever thing you do. Yesterday, I was hungry. Today, I'm not hungry laying cost now. It may just be that all these calls were just to correct you. The very day you are corrected, I can also pray for you again. But there are things we shouldn't betray ourselves. Because it's the survival of the fittest. Our life is at stake. Humanity is facing extinction. We have to get that categorically clear. So, that's the only thing in Maria. Because there are too much work today. Go and see all our YouTube, whether whatever, and all those ones, they are still creating content. Woman can also be an activist. All of them, they after their money. They forget that these are women No me I wa on ikwo kwe wa gbin na na self. Ikwo kwe wa gbin courtesy na. Nobody cares. Year in year out. Woman will also be expecting for him to talk for her to talk about us one. Not be juju be that. But those that we some of us grow up and meet our mothers who were in the village. Iyan banwa tiebo. Ate ya sofuru ye wo egene. Egene I do ya bandinya ne wa gagyoge de kwa. Oh to na be afeturo nigbe. Awo degbe no ro nigbe na view hin. Because all those dogbe our ancestor wanted to use it for something. So every one of you are just a bondage, but you don't know. On Agmona, you don't know there are some names you bear that will never make you go forward in life. E.g. Dabini. That is not your name. Bini is not your name. Your name will change. That was why the topic I created yesterday, I say your identity and history will change. They change your history and steal away your identity. Akpo mani malona or na akparima. Oyi Maria mu akpe kila yo. How many of us are using our male spirit today? All our spirit we are jacked now. Also now boriri. A lot of you does not know. That's why we are praying for OBASEKI for him to succeed. It cannot OBASEKI with na. Being able to even let a niggas be autonomous of their own. It takes the grace of God. There are women like you today who are in this very fight. Are they the only person who's allowed to? Most of you spirit to know on how to dehumanize people. Na ya Maria, I am when you are supposed to join in whichever way you can join. I don't belong to any spiritual platform. But anytime maybe I go, I'm telling you today categorically clear, the bill, no basically one answer there. Or late first reading and spiritually. We are not in the second reading. We pray at the end of the day, not succeed. Not say succeed mambo boyo, so that none are they effective. Or are they effective? No a nogi that going to remain on the street without going to jail. By our Sosas and Princess Elizabeth Charles, you are welcome. That is it become too effective. Let it be a war of removing lawlessness away from the state. If we must have a better lawlessness also, okay, just imagine it. Just imagine it. You have your child at home. I was the first social media whatever who went out social media and said no. Innocent children remove. I think that was 2019. There was a fight that was happening then. Thank God they listened. Thank God they listen. Stop insulting your child. This very boy that is in prison now, that is in Italy, he was very used to that thing that time. The fight between him and this very girl, no always sort and water again. Or with video, you need to see cause. The cause, one be like this. The cause were so heavy that no, I have to do a video. And I want to work with it. Remove your children here away from this. These are the same mindset in the court system. Jeff Osas, we are welcome. These are the same mindset in the court system. I want to see you are looking for the or you born money one. Your body not the cool down. Cannot even carry knife and stab somebody else at my age now. Forget about enjoyment. This more Greek we never be always could die here. Just for you to also protect yourself. My stab and then is again Ladian. You want to damn us again? No. I don't have that mind. But there are people today. That's why there are some women. They use knife and do you know how many women have killed their husband? Or stabbed or woo. This is the man that you say you love. Do you know how many men have killed their wife? This is the woman that you say you love. Or we love cover multitude of sin. The love that Jesus Christ brings. Check it out today and look how people are falling. OKAIGHELES, they are dead. They are not going to tell you. I saw one nothing boy, one vaccinated intellectual. He was doing a video. Palace is using it. Using it for what? Using OKAIGHELES for what? Do not get. How many of them did they not get mobilized? When Fulani came? They closed their road to farm. Most of the villages in Edo State today, the deep village, the Fulani don't already take them over. What the Okaigheles doing? How can you gather up yourself just to make sure now you can't speak on social media? You still go to Nigeria, you have no freedom. A lot of you don't know say that country or that state, you get as it be. Go and spend some time there. Not so well, so man. You are going to check out the intimidation you are going to face. We are not talking about this 1 month. You just go there. I'm just in Edo now. Edo is peaceful. It is peaceful because you have security. It is peaceful because you are in a hotel. Have you ever one day around 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the night, you are trekking your street, you have to spend about 40 minutes trekking that street? Or Ule, Saple Road here, or Upper, Imoto area, and really you met some boys here, hey auntie, can we help you? No, don't worry, I'm waiting for my husband. That you were not ransacked, or you were not be stolen from. You cannot just say city is good because while was work back in OJ party, you might want plan away. You go and stay there. Let those your homeless brother and vagabonds, Noregbuwa. They the state have been bad. Even what do I myself like caught in Anya? The entire court because of intimidation. That's why I advise OBASEKI government at the initial stage, you are bandit court, set up a body where these youth will come and be expressing their grievances. Set up a body. Or go there, I take a statement here. Let the person involved also be invited, settle the case. These are the reasons why police station is there. You cannot go right now and report somebody here abroad. Then you are still looking for the person to kill the person. No. As soon as you made the report, you have laid your whatever your complaint, you have made your donation, let police finish the rest. Then you only go to the station for the person to know so that he does not come and mobilize and come and kill you. But go to station in Nigeria. The more you go to station, the more they will still come to your house that night to come and kill you. Because even the police, they are not also going to work and make any arrests. Because the person that involved, if police even they invite and say he can't come. I see one of these idiots. Maybe you soon normally said to him no. He was talking about one OKAIGHELES. Now that OKAIGHELES have been there. What are the police be doing about it? They say police don't even feel arrest them. Mobile not even feel arrest them because they don't buy their organ. These people right now, the recent task for all of them should be investigated. All these no get no sugwak patanavi idiot now. Normal get the state. Imagine how old as my father before he died. Or where his children's mate. Or going at your back raya. Are old as my father. These are what elders are doing in Benin. A 22 years old boy we are a meeting. Until we start bringing their names out, mock them. Any of them that is arrested, display them in television. OBASEKI, I go to my pay salary. Use the remaining money to feed the state. Set up a template so that when Aswan and Oge come in, by the grace of God, do what we only and win. Then they continue from there. To have a better state is not that Cuesta muchu. It's not that expensive. But the thing is that the people, they will always tell the governor, don't do this. Do what is in your mind. Carry on, arrest as many enigi as you can. How can you sugwak pata where I here? It's made for students those days in school. But our politicians don't do escalate. Also, they want to go to hitting. If you look at seeing the history of courtesan, there's no benefit they are giving to the society. No single benefit. Egwame benefit no ye, OKAIGHELES may benefit no ye, courtesan may benefit no ye. And then averian patron nana. Et Donald Trump doit Illuminati or Antifa. If nana pardon at Antifa. A movement in the weaponize Black Lives Matter. A movement in no have a weaponize MS-13. A movement in no have a weaponize a civil society movement in no boyana weaponize that the government in no man settle a republic a Democrat or fight a Republican government. A Democrat use it to fight a Republican government. Yare January 6 attack. Okay, Washington. They were the one that caused it. But now I'm with Donald Trump. But the result here, Ladiana, the same Edo alien who hated Donald Trump. They couldn't come and tell her and say, yes, in to be a Gog White House, and I'm with Donald Trump. So this system, as other places have changed, that's why OBASEKI mobile men, international people that is technologically savvy in his cabinet. That was why after we use this comrade show in my support of OBASEKI, I told them for the continuation of this very government, we have still have many rivers to cross. We got project are wrong, but this SSA government even money as in SSA to diaspora matter. They all slump it out. Again, here always selfless service in you. It doesn't have time for that. No, let's project this very man. We're not talking about myself. I was also talking about one other guy again. I was talking about Ambassador Vicky Owifo projecting that. I was also talking about Joe Ehi. You know, the government team so that to make sure we continue this very platform. Do you know why? Even the very man, he may be better or not. No, yeah, only of first palace. As I was told, as allegedly as I had, they said it was the palace that sent them. None of it do fire now. I know where all it could be. I know that definitely these people cannot just go there on their own. Palace on sending. It's like making negotiation ahead already. They don't get signals in case of a case city. Number one. Those one might have also be paid. Sorry for the humiliation you guys have gotten. You know, life goes on. Ambassador Vicky Owifo we in Magwalo. It doesn't need anything. Do you know these people later start passing through back in OBASEKI? Before you know, they bring out light angel. A discussion in memory that would have been very still be helpful to them. Now, okay, instead of this thing to be like this very your platform will help you to build it already, because when we started using that very platform, it was about 3,000 something, 3,200. Madolwe platform, you know, to hear also 40,000 or so. Or the 40,000 in market say, and you build a platform. Now, okay, we know now for everybody to have access to the platform where one monona, let us open another one, so that every one of us can be admitted there. Whatever good thing you also have, you can go in, so that everyone can actually like the platform. Despite one can always be the host when we are going to do Zoom. This was my humble submission. Do you know they turn it down? So why are they watching now? They mean that man because they were having personal selfish interest. When they found out that Memare Pejian, one, I was engaged in injection. Two, let me metamorphose this thing. Now go OBASEKI Yeguan, so that anytime a narrative is coming, it's like they knew that they were just supporting OBASEKI just because of what Yari. That was why I was not carried along. Before I know, the project, we were supposed to collect money from the state governor. State governor, we can do this thing. We found another way and help with so they started collecting money from the citizens of Edo State involving Light Angel. Am I do team? Because of my matter, I'll make a 90. If I was okay, I have 1 hour. This thing, Magba. That was why I was always saying, for those of you that follow me, where a time will come, we will donate money to Butcher no Sadebe Avenue. Where are the lights today? Air government of you, those money would have been used for some families. How they had been the students of the school. They textbook most of all, though the textbook anywhere. There are things you give out. Why there are things? Or man make sense. At the end of the day, they do. Everything is abandoned. But when Atifed issue later came, they hated the governor because of Yegwa. Wow, anything. Una go Yegwa, anything. Be waiting for betray. Because when the fight get tougher, like this very Aswan campaign now, at the time these people grow more hotter, Onido Banker, God bless you. At the time the very fight go more harder, the people that still believe in equalism, they are going to leave Aswan Igodaro in Alefe because they cannot defend you to the end. And the same people using Oghioba to fight these very people, or Kenya can wese. In a Mayaswan, Muri and Yegua. Oviega, Oviega, the moon, and then I am Julame. Yeah, what do we matama we no ban Aswen go down and deba. The people that Aswen have as a team of his campaign today cannot do what we do. That was why I started very early by crumbling this very narrative from here. Most of you may be looking at numbers. It's not about numbers. It's all about evenuta, the forces in Olele. Manage the atmosphere. The spiritual atmosphere. A department in Monkede. Anytime I speak, he speak. Any was soon. On your way. Do you know why? A platform in our ancestors in Malariche and I'll deliver a message. When I make your way where they can also use your own, don't bow hand. Because see son. Of what for me? Or bow hand. Oh, we don't want you, right? That's the thing we are seeing today. So most of the time here, I use some certain language. Not that I just try to have a proud look or maybe be too overconfident of myself. I know how the thing they go. So a platform in now, ancestors in my like dishes some messages that will enter here. That's why I don't do a lot of programs on my own. If I'm led to do it, I do it. I pray some certain drastic prayer here, the one I'm being led to do it. Or I'm be tamang when you with now. I know how God speaks to me. That's why me and me supportive agbona. I will not want any of us to take anything for granted, because whatsoever you take for granted, we grant you. Let's focus more on our attitude. Our attitude towards others determines the attitude towards us. Our attitude towards others will also determine their attitude towards us. I think whether you are having a step back or not, the role of a leader is to always display winning attitude. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Now, for activism, for it to be effective, even this very campaign, a lot of people are embarking on, they thought it's rosy. They cannot face a campaign. 2020 was more. APC, they are not campaigning. No. The name they want to use, they are strategizing again. That's why they want to also use this kind of vehicle of a thing now to hit more on OBASEKI. Delo and other Caron, who know all these people. When Donald Trump entered, he started deporting, he started fighting ISIS, fighting terrorists. Why not say me terrorists vote for him? The real people that vote for you are the citizens. They know what they are going through. That's why anytime you put down a better information for them, they'll follow suit. That's why Edo people, go and register and vote. These people, they are minority. Up to 15%. At times, because of you are hungry, they will also make you to go and vote for what will kill you again. So many of us, we have sold our destiny just for 5,000 naira. Imagine the head of Kataga and Lion. Do you know how many people he brainwash? Honor the bug away Taga and Lion. Is scammer. Now, what concerns me is that will make me to read OBASEKI. Most Edo people today, Edo alien, they still say that it is go away man. It is go away man. Go you maka go. A government or jina. A canana na mikwangbi. A Facebook email then on my page from 36. From about close to 39,000 something, no, in 2020, after supporting OBASEKI, it's now 35,000 something again. At times, we'll get a week, 50 new followers. At times, we may see 100 followers. They are reducing it massively. Who will last month, okay, 36,000 dollars, 35,000 something. No be line one, I say 300 in it. Now, my mind is now that I can reduce it to 10,000. I'm managing it to just lead us to transitions. So there is nothing you do in this life that doesn't have injury. Can I blame anybody for it? Or why am I not monetized? Don't you see here my Yahweh social media? You go and look at it. How much have you donated for us? Who is paying us? Nobody. But we are doing it due to the passion we have for freedom. Always have an attitude of gratitude. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. Attitude, it matters a lot. Have the attitude of appreciation. Have the attitude of, fighting for freedom. Age and size are only numbers. It is the attitude you bring to clothes that make the difference. A positive atmosphere nurture a positive attitude, which is required to be positive in action. So attitude is the gateway to success. At times, truth will now, if we now become, if it comes that we are now having a better state tomorrow, do you know that any truthful government that came into being, where the people that would have tell you about the government were men, and I'm making men, but even from diaspora, Mr. Governor can work for us to jealousy. Joseph, let me tell you the little story about Joseph, which a lot of person, I think I was telling somebody this thing one day. The reason why we must learn to appreciate each other instead of complaining of each other. Joseph was in prison in Egypt. His co-prisoner had a dream, and he told Joseph about the dream. And Joseph interpreted the dream for the co-prisoner. And Joseph now asked the Oga, sir. God bless you, sir. Mr. Ekato, you are blessed. Now, Joseph now told the guy, look at the dream you dream. If you reach where Palace day, where King day, tell them about me. Do you know this guy forgot? Until it came to a time that Pharaoh now had a dream. Then, I guess, let me explain to my own way. It was God that made the people, the Dibians, the soothsayer, known to be able to interpret the dream of Pharaoh. It was the set time for God to bring Joseph out from the prison to now become a prime minister in a foreign land. Then, the guy now remembered. He said, there is a guy in the prison who interpreted my dream as he just talk and wine. He said, I will go and call him. Pharaoh now said, go and call him. They called Joseph from the prison. He appeared. Your Majesty, sir. Maybe now Joseph the shake. I know he was having the notion about the dream he dreamed those days that put him into problem. Then maybe it was the spokesman of Pharaoh he met. Our guy get dream. They call you, can say you interpret. I can say, go meet him. He met Pharaoh, and Pharaoh told Joseph his dream. And Joseph interpreted, he said 7 years of famine and 7 years of plenty. Whatever I interpret. Why did God take the revelation or the interpretation away from the Dibians and the soothsayer? Because it was the set time for Joseph to be a prime minister, what God has said about him. Eke Adanowana, it must be all and all. At the time you will let the real person into power, Agmoema, all a man way. We want a better society. Can a politician ever fix a society? Why when appoint some patriots? Who will say yes and it will move. Make them some certain commander-in-chiefs in some certain areas. No one get the tell in Lago Dao. All man we me we agbe. No ya bagba restaurant ga ebugbe. Ona ipologbe. Aya viewo kini newiri. You carry soldiers from Inewi. Aya ready. Where will you rebel we? Any kawabi honorary uniform investigating. Maybe a woman party wow. A full load of truck from Oba Barrack. Any barrack at all in Nigeria. If you want to play those people in order, wherever a honorary person or here, vigilante arrest anybody. What plan here? The people know why we arrested. They know how we arrest the way I can monitor. Okay, this is the guy. Okay, this is the guy. I know him already. Can you still recognize that guy? So I tell you now, look at the picture. I can recognize even bothering for me that day now. I was even in that bar where they were discussing about the last person they killed. Maybe now the government don't enter your phone. mobilize from afar. Ya ready ana. Whether na king or na prince or ziba, kunya jiwa. Me man no. We log on ideology. But the people that will do it, no te want mami mo yo yiko. Anowe mi mo yo. Ya te wakwe. For you to go and look at Donald Trump. He don't tell him. He say any drug offender. He say he asked a CCP when they attended the meeting. That is a president of China. He say, how is it that you have about 1.5 billion population and drug-related offense is not? America is more higher. We are just 300 million and you are 1.5 billion. You know what CCP tell Donald Trump? He tell Donald Trump he said we don't waste time for whatever. He said, as soon as you are caught, 2 weeks, above him when tell them what they do a waiting trial. That was how CCP today was able to put Chinese. That's why Chinese, all of them flew away from home. They came to Africa to start. They don't steal in their side. Both Philippines. It's death sentence to politicians. Go thief for North Korea. No get don't want you score. No young here. Now, what am I trying to say about that Pharaoh and whatever? That was after Joseph have interpreted that dream. That's why any person that can best explain something, so there is a sense why you must have to also focus and look at it. Can this person be good in this very position? I'm not doing this what I'm doing for myself here. Now, Joseph interpreted that dream to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said, if you can interpret this dream, also be the one to just be the head now. Everybody in Egypt will be accountable to you. It's only me you'll be accountable to. He pulled up the ring and put it upon Joseph. He said, everybody in Egypt, he becomes a prime minister in a foreign land because of the dream he interpreted. If you can know the meaning of this very thing, that is to say, you can also be good in that area. Then Joseph now told them, these 7 years of plenty, we are going to stock up food. The place, when they were not farming in the land where the family of Joseph live, that was why they now come across Joseph. Joseph now told them, Power don't already change them. Go and put this cup in there, whatever. That was how the saga happened. What does this one implies? Let's learn to give recommendation without grudges. Ugbensona, even from Nigeria, 1 or 2 persons have called me. Do you know, I mentioned about our brother, our sister that is in Norway. There is no time I doesn't mention their name. I don't need to stand upon the gate of anybody from you getting blessings. 2 persons are coming from Nigeria. I've told them, these people split energy to them. Force them and give them something. Here. But how many people have such a mind? That's why you see some persons now, if not because these people, they are really energized. Or you not being where you are coming to come and advocate. Do you know humiliation they are faced? A lot of you did not know the reason why I split energy to them at times. Oh my easy. I'm not burying and I did the only the one of they can choose to say, we you. Any contact that have come, I always give them that recommendation. Or despite you have not yielded anything, but the time will come, it will yield. I said in one of my videos, if there's anything like compensation, when the do land is being declared, anybody case. But will any of these people, most of them, can they have the same man like me? Rather than a connection and the board, they prefer to call an outsider who is not even part. There was something I had one day. I was dumbfounded. But do you know the same people I pray for them? Because any answer. But in all these things you are doing, not do you check it down to I told you what it is in the book of Revelation 22 verse 12. He said, behold, I come quickly with a gift in my hand to give to everyone according to his works. God is going to look at your works. How many jealousy how many hatred no show that your co-freedom fighter? You're going to look at it. Now you are 20% in one, are 1% in one. Wa we are 1% in ni. Wa aladian yo sig boa ode. Let man what we sow. Very, very important. We are uniquely unique and differently different. Look at the book of Ephesians 4 verse 11. He says some he made pastor, some he made teacher, some he made apostle, some he made evangelist. All for the edification of the body of the saint. A calling where a calling him. Don't let do some work. The reason why I always praise this very platform here because a grace in way. We are the author of this very old thing. Everybody learn the truth from here. Everybody learn the truth from here. That's why they must learn it and know how to speak the truth. So what does this one imply? Let not use hatred to do whatever thing we are doing. The book of Matthew 5 verse 7, he said, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Are we merciful in our recommendation? When I heard that very thing, you got a connection. No, we are struggle. At least this person will be trying. He called another person who does not even know whether he do evil they exist. It is wickedness. That's pure wicked, pure craftiness. Some person will do something. You think we don't know? We know you. We know you are. We know you by your. We know you by. But due to a struggle, we leave you to your fate. I will still fight for anybody. I can still fight for you. Receive bullets for you. But we are diakem in all here. They no rogi no fuetina. We that is fighting for freedom, Mama loves it. How are we going to get it? How are we going to get it? Via me need the freedom here. Or you who will back wala, they don't do waste time. No waste followers with data. That is here to make you are not going to any promised land just for you to make noise here and there. I want to make sure we achieve something. At least one. If I'm not done with it today now, they don't have pains. First achievement. Now this second phase of it, they are transiting. Leave this very 3D dimensional consciousness. Hurry up and go to your 5D dimensional consciousness. If any boss are now a motto no day, any no more at the promised land. I make an illustration that day. 5D dimensional consciousness, even I mean where Ujubo, where Agbegi or Caterpillar or a pickup Ado Muwa, where is so dugbo in a grade in it, when I do la, or then allow you dugbo uwe, or that is or Nawati or Lela, for example, of you then Allah. Then the major road is there. Your own, carry your district from your farm, Mwadi major road. Where it's a major road in there, then when I have we got the 3D dimensional consciousness, it can when we got any day would day. Or the 5D dimensional consciousness, which is the midst of the point where not transit. You have to be there on time. That's why our activism, we don't need to deceive you. We tell you the way it is. Data Boro, Niati. I'm the general overseer. I'm the CEO of civil disobedience. More when we nanani. We're getting us when you may makan way. Your own is to obey. Then Bolog of Annie. Most of you, a dreamy man Moses over. Maybe we are me and I was like here because I'm me warrior. It's an opportunity for me to eat good food again. Because if I can't bear now, me and me warrior. But if I want to maybe when my work, I don't want to eat the dream. When it's on turning because a lot of people want to obey you when you make some certain joke. But the real one they will never obey. Now, I know I'm joking, but let's take our life so seriously. Let's take it serious. Madam Rita Ajayi, grand rising to you. Madam, and also, only what I can see here is Osagi. Ode Adeseme Muyi. I can't really get it clear. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that well, but I can see Osagi clearly because of many now. So let's be very, very careful in whatever thing we are doing. If you are doing something, there is a God that is taking record. If not, we cannot reward ourselves. There are most of us today who have decided we are not even coming home. Nama way to wire back anybody. Me are doing Nigeria no Nigeria. Even those that are Nigeria, Nigeria may even day. Except in the do. So what planning, but you are planning what big book. Let's learn to take instruction when that instruction is spiritual. Because we are not united. If we unite, united we stand, divided we fall. It will good. Was a platform now. Obaseki running politics. It's a step upon the palace. It is the palace that made Okaghele. Wemu wage nuwasone palace waje mi de mi dan anamia. Tying the Okaghele to palace. That to say the palace is weaponized. That to say we are still right. Up to today we are still very right. The reason why forensic analysis should take place, we are still very right. A lot of people who to speak the truth is the problem. Una mi wanote matter, whichever way you can encourage the person, encourage the person. If you doesn't encourage somebody that speak the truth for him to stay in that very line, this very man in America started very well. But a lot of people unleash on him. All night to change. Today na bon wa hate na we me ya no boy na what na Obaseki na so my dear. Me ama egu we rovi yen. Me egu we rovi because keme na agbi yin wa agoma. Ebi yen we you wa owner. Then you are complete. What are you going to complain to? I saw a guy lamenting. Then you tell me, Master, that to say he was doing the wrong work. At times, people just use you just to cash cruise for their personal selfish interest, particularly APC. APC or Dasenia, because he was one of the person not campaign APC by spoiling Obaseki's name. Rather than APC have nothing to campaign with now. The APC cannot even go to market and campaign. I don't know why. You guys are not campaigning. I mean, logo, all platform, very lunatic set of people. They cannot say any other thing. Please let me believe in you guys here. As we proceed, we'll continue to add all these things to it, add all these very things to activism. You know, I told us before we started in the book of Matthew 18 verse 18 that whatsoever is bound on earth is also bound in heaven. Whatsoever is loose on earth is also loose in heaven. Neko ki flag me. Come me making a bookman na. I didn't even share to anything. So after this very broadcast, then I will share. So why you want to oh I talk. Even no matter if you kun lele ma o told me you go of you kun lele ma. Oh man say if I book if you kun lele. We are going to change the ministry. So let me pack my bag and baggages and begin to go to where I park my keke and pen. So Ikpon you are welcome. Please let's try let's make sure we do the best we can. Support truth. Support truth. What I want to matter, particularly when the matter is divine. Encourage the person whichever way. One of the most difficult broadcasts, Mawe, and some other persons. And there is a sense why you must have to support these people. Because what I mean, we've been wanting a lot of you did not really know today why up to now I still love Nnamdi Kanu. Wanebuma is a man I cannot just forget in a hurry. Because of his sincerity and his steadfastness, the movement in Oghioba is still going today, saving millions of lives. If not for Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria go and look at OKAIGHELES and Egwa create. Are they defending their people? They are exploiting from their people, killing themselves. Why Nnamdi Kanu created a security whatever that is helping Igbo people today? Or I will take about it today. Because Fulani take over Eyane. But the same Igbo people like Ijele Nudan, started unleash on him with some DO useless. Ni amweti ebon the DOS. Iya ya huwa. Go and look at Metusela. Oni make no iye. Oyo anu wu no man saying. So people support evil, happily supporting evil. So don't join them. Don't let anybody live. We are matured enough to know what is good. Don't let anybody no one guy do support even we can support it. No, support it on your own. Whether that person is your fan, if you're doing what you don't like, comment it there. Don't always say imagine year in year out. All what he's doing is right. Even when he's fighting a confident fighter is right. So thank God our lane. Area may not be offended, man. So every person that felt that offend them that time, they are already here. One, because I was condemning injection. I've offended a lot of persons because who God love it chastise. Why was I always putting that word here? I would not say why I going to do committed but made a mistake in any middle tag man. No. We can committed go na kaswanta. So don't let it inconvenience you. Rather than we are joining our hands together to make sure we get solution to it. That was the only thing I thought we offending. But at the end of the day, now is right. Moye be right. In this very scenario, Moye be right. Tomorrow, Moye be right. So let's take it easy. Let not always use annoyance to do whatever thing we are doing. It is true calmness. Giving listening ear. He said, who God love the chastise. If you look at the book of, I think in Hebrews 11 verse 12 or so, he said, no discipline seems to be pleasant at the time, but painful. He said, at the end result, it will yield an harvest of righteousness to them that we are trained by it. So, that right is. Who God love all things, who God love all discipline. That's why the love our parents have for us, though that was why they always discipline us. So I've never seen a mother because you love a child. You love anyone or a dad because you love who. So the love the pala have for the Okaghele is to constitute nuisance. Normally we willing and well no. You also want support him no man band there. Go and look at Eri Mage because someone know me if you beg Professor Nana. Oghioba no. He's such a lettered man. So he jare wayo. No me wa male o work here. Why anybody o? Wana do Oghioto. So hot is in here via social media na igbe wo any those ones they are getting tired and they are losing it. I pray they will repent on time. Because a calamity no dey do delay yin. Because it's going to be very crazy soon. If no does even whatever, no, I can ya judge you well. We ma yo tiga yo. We ma yo tiga yo. Iya yi me regi mi we fa. Iya yu we regi mi we mi me fa. De we ma yo tiga yo. So if you not go, me go. So let everybody respect his or herself. Support that thing which you know that is good. For those of you following Sagu Yanegbo, Kenukele Sagina, what have you learned? The people that follow us here, at least today, they are vast in Galilee. For the people that follow us here, today, at least, we have imparted lives. Not only to give informations. You have learned one or two quotes from us here. One man is to a Sagina, Agberagbiye. There are some people, all what damn a sag year in, year out. Not learning up a new thing. I wonder how you are going to make it. Not listening to news all the way along the sag. Forgetting that what you follow will determine what to follow you. While there will be, we have a will be. While there love you, we have here. If I want to watch some activists who are really done well, if I'm led to also watch, I know the kind of one I even watch. At times depends on if I'm meditating on something. I don't just watch any programs because I watch every about the at times I just off for my system. You want my phone? I just do on notepad. Me and God just settle some issues. Because you not get anything wrong, but I'm so that has been the secret. That's my heading. I ain't surprised. Now only with the evil only our head, say you feel learn from her. Only our head alone. We are working head in man when can marry. So that's that. Ancient of this. No good one a burrow man. So I don't really know when we are going to start coming here. Look at where I'm coming from. I'm coming from this side, where sun there, so. Look at the other side where for the stand they do video. You can see that there's a distance. So God move us from here, carry us, go that side. Maybe if we are finishing from here now, we may be going to river, I don't know yet. I know most of you will not believe. All this is not just my making. All this thing is not just my making. If you even ask me, I go ask. It's not my making. So, the God of our ancestors, they carry us, they go small, small. So I think I've been able to mention everybody's name. So from here, the ancient of they continue to protect each and every one of you. Ogba oruwa, ogba oremo, ogba orame. Ogba oroda fun wa ya efe. Wade a onetu wa aye, wade aye. Oko aroda wa ariye, koko ariye ke wa aroda o. Emi lo wa, emi lo re ara lo. Agbono mano de na wa aso. Unwo pe ano ibi ene wo no ibi ene. Abe di no jare ga zo boya efe ni giro tagbona ne. Ni ala o ni amude aka Obaseki. E courtesan de ba kagele no band na ni ariye tine. Na me we a be na no run in the spiritual realm. No hin no gba. So that the man came and have ye otuni no hero ne no hero tuni ne no do hen okworo kagele na no hon kwe courtesan no ga bringing her to justice no dey tin bayantin ne mi dan la yan ho na gbon ke mi dan yan ho ni go ge wuyin yan ori yan compromise their value that very thing na mi do promising and no does no be promising when they do tema we are you tene kalo ya hin no re yan ye o de ne kpanokpano ya fe do hin no ma be no we gbon ye be no wan wa sin ye va je e ke va vin ye va je su gbe va to sun ke do dan we no ye okuta kin va ye e je so na we kan ma we run de va agoro so gben musa koma no Obaseki zene no hin le lo tuna no hin dole do yina no hin dole do state yi iwe mi na mi we e woni be do kin no ma o we do kin na we do ai mo we ke we bori amuri mu yan wa do to ai mi woto saloba no re tin bayantin nege mi gemi dan la yan ko nege yan ke mi dan yan ko ke va sona na sunia na me kina ya mu yan hu ria aheni commander ato ko wa no plan when you go bribe no make na betray the constitution na sign or the law na sign o man e be o ga kan e be aporo edin no de e man Obaseki kukia no ma get those city la go da o bian ga ba e no kuyen kian obian e give Obaseki o very material here. Yes, many that's campaigning for the government of Aswan that's going to continue from where Obaseki stopped. At least this discipline, law and order. May you protect each and every one of them. Iya ogin me ya yama ve ogin ave me ya. Very material here ye. Very no dark mona de me yi. Logging out from here.
Now we don't hear from Comrade Newton. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things wey dey happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.